These are the new HDJ-F10 headphones from AlphaTheta, and they are designed for pro DJs, and they have got a transmitter with them. A transmitter with a pair of headphones. What gives? Let's find out in this Digital DJ Tips review. So this is what you get in the bag with these headphones. You get the headphones themselves, which I'll talk to you a bit more about in a minute. The usual carry case, a cable, a USB-C charging cable. Again, we'll move on to that in a minute. There's actually two in the bag with these. Some spare ear cups, replacement ear pads rather, and this thing. Now, if you've seen the Wave 8 speakers from AlphaTheta, you might be looking at this now with a little bit of recognition, because this is a SonicLink transmitter. It's a new, very low latency wireless protocol that AlphaTheta have come up with. It's currently available for using the Wave 8 PA speakers with any DJ gear, because those PA speakers come provided with a transmitter. The idea is you plug the transmitter into the back of your DJ gear and then press a button on it. You press a button on the speaker, and the speaker, which is powered by batteries, then establishes a wireless link. So you can have PA speakers without running the big XLR cables between them and your DJ gear. And this is the headphone version of that, because with this transmitter and with these headphones here, and if you buy the pack, which is called the HDJ-F10 TX pack, that gives you the headphones and this and the leads and so on, you can plug this into any DJ gear, right into the headphones output, quickly hit the pairing button on it, quickly hit the pairing button on here, and it will pair the two of them up. And then these can be used in the Pro DJ booth with a transmitter and a receiver that's already built into these to give you very, very low, effectively zero latency, which means you can actually DJ without a cable between you and the gear, and with enough of a feel that when you do something on the gear, there's not a delay in your headphones. You know, Bluetooth is rubbish for that. Bluetooth would never work for that, or at least it won't in its current versions 5.2, 5.3 in the current chips, because it's just like 40-50 milliseconds delay, which you can immediately feel and hear ruins your DJing. But with these and this new protocol, that kind of wipes that out, because it feels instantaneous. You do something on the decks, you hear it in the headphones. So that's what these have got built in, and that's what makes these kind of unique. They're not exactly unique, because there's some headphones from III called there's a protocol called the W+ protocol, which is available in their TMA2 headphones, that does a very similar thing. Richie Horton's behind that tech, but that tech is a little bit more latency, just about detectable actually, whereas this really isn't detectable. But the other thing about those headphones is they're kind of a producer headphone first and foremost. These have been designed unashamedly to be used in the DJ booth. So are they any good? And who are they aimed at? And is this worth your money? Where's it all going? We're going to cover all of those things now in this review. So let's start off about talking about who these are aimed at. These are aimed purely at the pro DJ, or at least predominantly at the pro DJ. So AlphaTheta have told us that they've identified that a pro DJ on the move will often take 3 or maybe even 4 sets of headphones with them. They might take some little earbuds, they might take some over-ear headphones for, you know, falling asleep on a long flight. They might also have some wired headphones that they use for production, or some, maybe even something like the III wireless headphones if they're into that stuff for production. So some headphones that are aimed at that, and then another pair of headphones, usually, well, always wired, to plug in when they get to the gig in order to DJ with, right? And if you're traveling and you've got all these headphones, that's not ideal. So they tell us they've tried to make some headphones here that do everything. So these aren't just headphones designed for using this new SonicLink technology in the DJ booth. These are also Bluetooth headphones. They have Bluetooth built in, so they can be used just like any other Bluetooth headphone, which means they've got the control over the Bluetooth source. You can play and pause and move forward and back. You've got volume control there. You can also use voice control. They've also got noise cancelling and transparency mode. So all the things you'd expect to find basically in a modern headphone that you use with your phone is built into these. But they also have a wired mode. So you just flick these headphones into wired mode. You plug in here the cable that comes with them, and this cable will then plug directly into DJ gear or any other gear, and it'll just give you a wired mode. And it's the same cable they've used on their other pro headphones as well. So it's this 2.5mm locking wired plug that goes in there. So they really have tried to cover everything here. Let's talk about them a bit then. So build wise, they're really solid. I like the build. They've got these big round over-ear cups here, which are really good. They're very acoustically isolating as they are. You know, they're big and chunky, as you can see. These are big kind of alloy metal horseshoe mounts here to hold the ear cups. So they're a mixture of plastic and also cloth on the top and this kind of memory foam here. They're really nice. This wire seems really sturdy. So you can never tell with headphones, and we always say on our headphone reviews, we haven't had them long enough to be able to tell you how durable they are. For instance, the little AlphaTheta over-ear headphones, which look like the HD25s from Sennheiser, they've definitely got reliability issues if you listen to our audience and some of the problems they've had with those. So I cannot tell you how long these will last. I cannot tell you whether they've got a weak spot somewhere on them, but certainly the way they look to me, they're going to last a long time. I would buy them confident that they would. They'd kind of last the time. Now they fold up like this, which is quite cool, and you get this bag with them as well, as I showed you a second ago. The bag's all right. It's got a zip on the top and a loop there, but it's quite thin plastic. So that's the kind of build and the look and feel of them. I like it. I think anyone who's used to and who likes this style of headphone will be fine. You know, if you want on-ear or you want in-ear monitors using this technology, it's not currently available. This is the only pair that they've launched. Now, when it comes to battery life, of course, it's really important with something like this. Pioneer DJ, or rather AlphaTheta, I've got to get out of the habit of saying Pioneer DJ, claim 9 hours of battery life for these with just a 60 to 90 minute charge, which is really good. And this has got really long life as well. I can tell you that because we've been using the Wave 8 speakers with their transmitters. They last ages. So basically, you charge them both up in your hotel room or whatever, you're going to have enough for maybe 2 or 3 nights gigs, never mind 1 night's gigging, right? So battery wise, no problems there, and it's all USB-C charging. So let's talk about the 3 different ways that you can use them in a bit more detail, or at least let's hone in on the ones that are important. So SonicLink is the big thing here, right? The idea is you take the supplied cable, you plug this into this, and then you plug this other end of the cable into your headphone socket, and you're up and running. This button here will pair. You then turn these into SonicLink mode, and the way you turn them into SonicLink mode is there's a kind of hidden button. I say hidden because when you're wearing them, this button's pretty much inaccessible. You slide that up to the top there, you turn them off, turn them on again, hit pairing on this one down here, and hit pairing on here, and this flashing light here is telling you it's waiting to be paired, and then plug this into your DJ gear, as I say, and you're good to go. I mean, there's very little else I can tell you about that. The latency is not noticeable. They sound great. Overall, they sound great, by the way. They sound pretty bass heavy, like a Pioneer or like an AlphaTheta now, a set of headphones should sound, but also they're nice for just general listening as well. I really enjoyed listening to these. So sound quality wise, no problem. And sound quality over this SonicLink is fine as well. Intriguingly, in the instruction manual that comes with these, they refer to you can use them with SonicLink enabled DJ gear. So in other words, they're saying that you don't have to use a transmitter if your DJ gear has got a SonicLink transmitter built in. I know of no DJ gear on earth that has, but hey, that could be coming. Watch this space, we'll let you know. But also, of course, that takes a bit of complexity out of it, because if they do launch gear that's got, you know, just a button on it that can connect with these headphones, it kind of makes a lot more sense than having to charge and take along and plug in a transmitter. I would say that I think they've provided this long cable here which doubles up as a wired cable for the headphones. So this cable here is long enough to plug one end into the headphones and one end into your DJ gear, as I was saying. But the idea is that when you're using this, you plug one end of the cable into this and one end into the DJ gear. That's a very long cable for that. I would have liked to have seen a nice little coiled cable about this long in the box. If you're going to be spending the kind of money that we're talking about here on headphones, then that second cable, just for plugging this neatly into DJ gear, into a mixer or controller, would have been better than this long one. So yeah, that felt a little bit stingy straight out of the box. But apart from that, these work great. And against the IIIW+, the latency is lower, and you can tell. So I've got no complaints about that. Now, when it comes to the Bluetooth, because of course, if we're looking to replace all of our headphones with something like this, then we need to know everything works fine. Again, Bluetooth pairing was fine. I used it with an iPhone. Again, you know, everything's as you'd expect. The button works to play and pause. You use the same button, the multifunction button on the side, to play and pause, and also to go backwards and forwards. That all kind of worked. The voice control worked. I tested it with Siri. I haven't tested it with an Android device. I've got no reason to think that that wouldn't be there. Now, the one thing you will be using on Bluetooth on headphones, I would imagine, is the noise cancelling. Now, these have got noise cancelling built in. There's a little button on the other ear cup to where all the other buttons are. This one here for noise cancelling. This was all right. I don't think it's going to win any awards for the noise cancelling. It introduces a hiss, which it reminded me of noise cancelling of years gone by, to be honest. And I could still hear, my usual noise cancelling tests, clicking my fingers outside of the ear cups. I could still hear it. I could still hear the air conditioning humming away in the building, although it was reduced. So I would say the noise cancelling is average. Don't buy them for the noise cancelling. It's a nice to have addition, but it's certainly not up there with my best Apple over-ear headphones that I use at home. Nowhere near for the noise cancelling. So don't expect that kind of level. But that said, they do isolate really nicely anyway. They're designed to isolate. The acoustic isolation is excellent. And of course, when you're DJing with these, you wouldn't have active noise cancellation on anyway. That's just for Bluetooth and flights and casual and so on. You'd just be relying on the fact that they've got really good built-in padding that gives you that acoustic noise cancelling, and they have. So arguably noise cancelling not quite so important on these, which is just as well because it's not awesome. Right, so we've covered Bluetooth, we've covered SonicLink, we've covered noise cancelling, we've covered voice control that works and all that stuff. When you want to wire them in, again, they just work like normal wired headphones. And I think that's really important because they might run flat. Yes, they've got a long battery life. Yes, they charge quite quickly. But if they did run flat and you had the cable with you, which of course you would have because it would already be plugged into this, then all you got to do is plug it into these really quickly and they'll work forever, just like any normal pair of headphones would. So, what do we think of them? Well, they're a competent headphone. They're well built. They feel nice. You'll either like or not like the design. I quite like it, actually. It's a bit chunky, a bit kind of cyber, but I quite like the design. Reminds me of a pair of gaming headphones a little bit. So I've got no issues with that. I think as a daily driver, if you're one of these people, and there's plenty of them here in Gibraltar, don't know about where you are, who are happy to walk around like this in the street. If you walk around with big headphones on, you wear them wherever you go, just generally, then they'll work. They're good for that. They've got the stuff you'd expect, all the Bluetooth, all the noise cancelling and active microphones and stuff to hear everything that's going on. But they're not the best headphones I've ever heard for that purpose. For wired headphones, they work just like any of the top-end Pioneer DJ headphones. Plug the wire in, they just work. And SonicLink's really interesting, a little bit fiddly. For me, the most interesting thing with SonicLink would be when they start to issue DJ gear that you just touch a button on and it links up with them, right? That would be really interesting, and they've mentioned it in the manual, and so hopefully that's something that's coming. That would make them kind of a bit an easier sell for most people. But they are a competent, loud, good sounding headphone that covers a load of bases that no Pioneer DJ stroke AlphaTheta, because these are actually AlphaTheta headphone, has done before. If you've got the money, they are €549 with the transmitter, which is not cheap. $439 without the transmitter if you're watching this video in the future and you've identified some DJ gear that has already got SonicLink built into it. And the transmitter itself is $129. So they're not cheap, but then they're not aimed at beginners or people who look for cheap headphones. They're aimed at pro DJs. And for that, I think they are suitable. I think they do exactly what they say they're going to do. A really interesting release from AlphaTheta. It's the HD-F10. This is the TX version because it comes with the transmitter. You can buy them without the transmitter, in which case you're just looking for the HDJ-F10. And again, if you just want the transmitter, that is available separately. AlphaTheta's first wireless headphone designed for DJs and with everything else built in as well. You got any questions about these? Do ask underneath. We're always here to help. But meanwhile, this has been Phil in the Digital DJ Tips DJ School Studio with another review. Do come and join us on the Digital DJ Tips website and become a free member of our school if you like the way I teach and you'd like to learn about our DJ courses and everything else we do for the DJ world. Just head over to digitaldjtips.com for that. But meanwhile, from me here in the studio, get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you next time.